Message of condolence to Field Marshal Muthoni wa Kirima from the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. I join the Mount Kenya community and the nation once again to celebrate the life and times of this letter. Message of condolence to Field Marshal Muthoni wa Kirima from the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. I join the Mount Kenya community and the nation once again to celebrate the life and times of a unique Mau Mau freedom hero, Muthoni wa Kirima, who rose to attain the rank of Field Marshal. This was certainly a giant amongst leaders and fighters. Hers was an outstanding life by any standards. We will miss her, but we celebrate her for helping give birth to a nation. The nation she helped give birth to may not have given her much in return, but I want to believe she was not in the liberation war for personal glory or gain. Although we have had Mzee Moi Menda nominated councillor, she was in charge of maendeleo wanawake, but even that was probably very small. And if she was in it for our fellow freedom fighters, then a lot more needs to be done. Most freedom fighters just wanted a life of dignity for themselves and fellow citizens. They wanted Africans to be left to determine their own destiny and to govern themselves. I believe she died proud that a larger goal was achieved. In times like this, it is easy and no more to sit back, heap praise on the departed, and return to our offices and homes without asking ourselves whether we treated the hero well when she was alive, what we should have done differently or better, and how to treat the few remaining freedom fighters in a way that makes them and their offspring proud of what they did for the country. As a country, we have to admit that we have not been fair to the men and women who brought us freedom. At past functions like this, our talk is centered on how the heroes fought for land and how they missed out on land. In a changing world, changing economy, and rising population, we ought to think beyond land. Reward to these heroes can come in the form of guaranteed education for children and grandchildren of the freedom fighters. It could also come in the form of guaranteed public service employment for children and grandchildren of freedom fighters. It could come in the form of guaranteed homes from the government for the children and grandchildren of freedom fighters, or even shares in blue chip companies for children and grandchildren of freedom fighters. I want to believe that as a nation, we can extend these benefits to grandchildren of Field Marshal Muthoni and those of our other freedom fighters. But whether we extend this or not, Muthoni earned our space in the annals of history, and nobody can remove it from there. While the colonialists tried to silence her and put her down, Muthoni sprouted. Our name became a colossal symbol of patriotism, far beyond the horizons of Mau Mau and even the borders of Kenya. Because she chose a life of hardship and persecution for the sake of our people in our country, our place in history is guaranteed. She remains a permanent lesson to all of that real leaders, regardless of age, gender, position held, must be prepared to sacrifice all for the benefit of their country. It is in our memory and that of the thousands of other comrades who sacrificed so much for our freedom that we continue to labor for the growth of our democracy. We shall continue to labor unflinchingly in our honor and that of our fellow fighters. Fare thee well, Field Marshal, and I want to say the weaver bird, Honorable Raila Odinga. Mwisho, when I was vice president, nilikuja hapa Ihururu, hata nikapanda mti mahali Kimathi mwenyewe alipigwa risasi. I planted a tree there. And I even gave instructions to begin the task of finding mahali remains ya Dedan Kimathi yapo in committee. I want to suggest tusilale, Rigathi, tusilale mpaka tupate mahali our number one hero lies. It will give us peace. It will give peace to this country. Mwisho, Mungu awabariki. Mungu amuradhime kabisa. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Stephen Kalonzo. Tunakushukuru kwa kuja na kupata nafasi kuja kushiriki katika ibada hii. Your Excellency, sasa nataka